Lisbon is a city you don't rush. You walk, you pause, you look back. And somehow it always surprises you. This is Lisbon. Not as a checklist, but as a feeling. Historic streets, riverside walks, and moments that stayed with me. Hi, welcome to Travel Smarter, where we explore cities in a realistic, thoughtful way without rushing. This video is part 1 of my Lisbon trip, focused on the historic center and Belém. No strict plan, no pressure to see everything, just walking, observing, and letting the city unfold. If you enjoy calm city walks and real travel moments, you're in the right place. I started my walk with the Elevador da Glória. It's one of those small Lisbon details that feels both practical and nostalgic. The funicular slowly climbs the hill, connecting the lower city to Bairro Alto. You can walk it, but taking the tram feels like stepping into the rhythm of Lisbon. At the top, the city opens up. Narrow streets, quiet corners, and that unmistakable Lisbon light bouncing off the buildings. I passed through Largo Trindade Coelho, a small square that feels lived in rather than designed for tourists. People sitting, talking, passing through, nothing staged. This is something Lisbon does well. Even central places feel local, like the city isn't trying too hard to impress you. From there, I walked down toward Pink Street. During the day, it feels completely different from its nightlife reputation. The pink pavement catches your eye, but what stood out to me was the contrast. Quiet during the day, energetic at night. Lisbon has many personalities, and they all coexist. I stopped at Time Out Market, a busy but interesting mix of food, people, and movement. It's lively, loud, and full of choices, a contrast to the calm streets just outside. The next day, I headed to Belém. The atmosphere immediately changes. Wider spaces, open skies, and the river close by. I walked through Afonso de Albuquerque Square, where everything feels slower and more open. It's a good place to pause before continuing toward the landmarks. I stopped at Pastéis de Belém. And yes, there was a long queue outside. People from everywhere waiting patiently. Inside, I was genuinely impressed. The decoration, the details, even the bathroom felt thoughtfully designed. It wasn't just about the pastry. It was about the experience, the tradition, and how seriously Lisbon takes its food culture. I walked past Jerónimos Monastery, admiring it from the outside. The details are incredible. Even without going in, you feel its presence. Across the road, Jardim da Praça do Império offered a moment of calm. Gardens, fountains, people sitting quietly. A pause between landmarks. Continuing along the river, I reached the monument to the discoveries. It's bold, symbolic, and deeply tied to Portugal's history. The air feels fresher, carried in from the sea, and everything seems to slow down. The sound of the water, the open sky, and the wide paths make this part of Lisbon feel lighter and more spacious. Nearby, the Belém lighthouse stands quietly by the water. Boats pass slowly, people walk without rushing, and the river feels like it's guiding the pace of the city. It's a place where you naturally stop walking, not because you plan to, but because it feels right. Along the river, small kiosks are scattered around with people sitting, talking, and taking short breaks. Nothing feels staged or forced. It's everyday Lisbon. Locals and visitors sharing the same view, the same breeze, the same moment. Walking further, Belém Tower appeared, standing quietly by the water. It's one of those places you've seen in photos, but seeing it in person feels different. The river, the light, the wind, everything adds to the moment. This part of Belém doesn't ask for attention. It doesn't need to impress you. It simply lets you be there, with the water, the light, and the feeling that time is moving just a little slower. Later, I returned to the city center, arriving at Praça do Comércio. This square feels open and grand, facing the river like an invitation. Walking through Rua Augusta Arch, you feel the pulse of Lisbon again. Shops, footsteps, conversations, movement. I stopped for dinner and tried Portuguese Arroz de Marisco. I wanted to experience local food, even if just once. It was rich, comforting, and filling. One of those meals that feels grounding after a long day of walking. As the evening approached, I walked toward Santa Justa lift. From above, you get a panoramic view of Lisbon. Rooftops, layers, history stacked on itself. In the distance, Alfama stretches out. Narrow streets, old buildings, quiet resilience. It's one of those views that makes you stop talking and just look. Passing through Praça Dom Pedro, the city felt alive but not overwhelming. Lisbon balances energy and calm in a way that feels natural. I ended the day at LX Factory. Creative, industrial, modern. A completely different side of Lisbon, yet it still fits. Old and new don't compete here. They exist together. Lisbon doesn't ask you to rush. It invites you to walk, to pause, to notice. This wasn't about seeing everything. It was about letting the city show itself, one step at a time. In part 2, I'll be heading outside the city to Cascais, where Lisbon slows down even more. If you enjoyed this calm walk through Lisbon, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy thoughtful, realistic travel, you're always welcome here. Until next time, travel smarter.